Hey YouTube, what goes on? Welcome to Disavowed Action Figures and our final top 10 list of 2021. This is the big one, our top 10 overall action figures purchased in 2021. I know what you're thinking, it's already mid-January, Disavowed. This video's out late, but here's the thing. Had a great time on the Infinity Equation podcast. Check those guys out. About 2 Fridays ago, we spent about a good 3 hours, the group of us, going over our top 10 lists. So this will be an abbreviated version of what you might have seen over there on the Infinity Equation podcast. If you would like a more talked through example of why I enjoy these figures so much, and also what Dark Joker's in, Dante, Laserpants, Ryan, and Alex Sanchez had to say about their top 10 figures, check out the Infinity Equation podcast. With that said, I know you're also wondering, is this in my top 10? The answer is no. I got it too late in the year. This will be included in my 2022 action figure countdown list for this current year, this coming December, which is quite a ways off. We're not in a hurry to get there, are we? Hopefully not. So again, how to purchase the figure in my collection to be eligible for this list. Going to try to go through this a little bit quickly because there are a lot of figures to get through. But if you would like to see my overall top 10 Marvel Legends, top 10 overall Marvel Legends Deluxe, top 10 G.I. Joe classified figures, or the top 10 wrestling figures that I bought this year, there are separate lists. I have a link down below after the video. With that said, let's rip into my honorable mention list of the top 10 action figures of 2021 that I purchased for my collection. Let's get to it. And our first honorable mention of 2021 goes to the Valaverse Action Force figure line in general. Just like I said earlier with the Bat, did not get these in hand early enough to be included in my top 10 for this year. However, they are still quite possibly going to show up in next year's top 10. Haven't quite decided yet, but I definitely wanted to include them as an honorable mention. Really digging these 3 figures. Bone Collector, Sarge, and the Army Builder are really awesome figures. They go great through G.I. Joe Classified collection, and they just are amazing, incredible figures to go in the line. So let me know in the comments, did you pick up any Valaverse Action Force figures this year, or do you intend to? So honorable mention, number 1, goes to the Valaverse Action Force figure line. And our second honorable mention of 2021 goes to the Plunderlings Feral Cheetah. Love this little guy. First Plunderling I ever picked up. I might pick up more, haven't decided yet. Really enjoyed this thing. Alternate heads, alternate hands, alternate weapons, magnetic mohawk, scary little devilish eyes. This thing was so much fun to mess around and play with. Pick this up at Jaff Comics in person in the Allentown, Lehigh Valley area. Met the Plunderlings crew at ZoloCon last year. Also ZoloCon coming up this March in the Warminster, PA area. If you're interested, check it out. But love Feral Cheetah. So much fun with these little Plunderlings. So how to throw them in the honorable mention list. Honorable mention number 2, Feral Cheetah from the Plunderlings. Let's see what our next honorable mention figure is going to be. And honorable mention number 3 goes to the G.I. Joe Classified 2-pack, including Timber and the Snake Eyes Alpha version. Yeah, absolutely loving this Timber. It was on my top 10 G.I. Joe Classified list along with Snake Eyes. However, just couldn't get myself to put it in the top 10, being that it did come in that 2-pack. Really enjoyed this figure a lot. Can't wait to see what other animal figures we get this upcoming year from Hasbro in both the G.I. Joe Classified and Marvel Legends lines. So I want to mention number 3, G.I. Joe Classified Timber. Really dug this guy. Great alternate head sculpt and just an overall great addition to any action figure collection, including G.I. Joe Classified. Let's move on to honorable mention number 4. Honorable mention number 4 of 2021 are Mythic Legions, basically in general. I'm not a huge 4 Horsemen Mythic Legions collector. I kind of pick and choose what I think looks cool. Grab this guy here at the aforementioned ZoloCon from last year. Really dug the looks of that guy, and I got him because he kind of reminded me of Krampus, the Devil of Christmas. Well, guess what? They then hit us with a Krampus out of nowhere. So much love goes to these 2 figures, in particular that Krampus figure. Amazing accessories with both of these. Love Mythic Legions from the 4 Horsemen. If you'd like to see me open up these 2 figures or any other figures you see in this countdown, check out our Live at 7:05 list here on the channel. Every Wednesday night at 7:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I open up all the figures you see in these lists throughout the year. So honorable mention number 4, Mythic Legions, Krampus. That's Krampus for you. And our final honorable mention of the year actually is a cheat. It's not an action figure, but their action figure cards. Had so much fun this year picking up the GameStop exclusive Marvel Legends trading cards. They have multiple series. I think they're up to 4 now. Yes, you do need to purchase a Marvel Legend in order to get your hands on a pack of these. They all come with one foil card. But here's the thing. For a while, they were clearancing these things out. And if you followed my channel, you noticed I was able to load up on quite a few of these for $1 a pack. So I definitely have the entire Series 2 collection. These foils are awesome. Overall, great collectible cards. Take me back to my childhood, back in the 90s. So there it is, the final honorable mention. Not a figure, but action figure cards, Marvel Legends from GameStop and Marvel Legends. All right, let's hit it. Time for the top 10 overall action figures of 2020. Coming in at number 10 on the overall action figures that I purchased in 2021 is the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Boba Fett Deluxe Packed figure. Now, this is my first Boba Fett in my collection. I almost picked up the archive a few years ago. I'm not a huge Black Series collector, but I know I needed this in hand, especially once we found out that this bad boy was getting his own Disney Plus series. Let me know in the comments down below, what are you thinking of that show so far? I know it's very divisive, but the figure itself is incredible. Comes with multiple accessories. We obviously have the jetpack, we have the blast effects, we have the fire effect for the wrist gauntlet, we have the gun. You have the viewfinder, everything you would want in a Boba Fett figure, except maybe a cloth goods cape. Who knows, down the road, maybe we'll get that as well, or we can just buy one from a private seller. But coming in at number 10 is the Star Wars Black Series Hasbro Boba Fett Deluxe action figure. Coming in at number 9 in our top 10 of 2021 is the NECA colored version Frankenstein Universal Monsters action figure. NECA was just knocking it out of the park this year. I know they take some abuse sometimes due to the stiff joints on their figures, but this guy, for a big figure, moved very well right out of the package. Required next to no, if I remember, actually no heating up of joints whatsoever. The sheer size of this guy, he moves very well. They give us the alternate head sculpt, which look absolutely amazing. They're so much fun. All these hands, the flowers, the cuffs, everything you would want. The chains with this guy. Such a great entry from NECA this year. Looking forward to more Universal monsters coming our way here in 2022. So, our number 9 overall action figure, NECA color version Frankenstein. Number 8 on our top 10 action figures of 2021 is the Diamond Select The Crow figure. Now, there were multiple crows that came out this year, and I'm not going to lie, I partook in most of them. However, this may have been my favorite crow of the year. We do get the pack-in Eric Draven tombstone with, of course, the crow. We get the guitar. This thing just looks awesome on the shelf. If you are a crow fan like I am, I just play with this guy, and I just hear The Cure and that great soundtrack in the background every time I see him on my shelf. Now, again, negatives of this figure. It is a Diamond Select figure. It does not move extraordinarily well. The joints aren't that great. There's not a lot of versatility in the articulation, but it looks great, and it moves enough to be an action figure and not a statue. So I needed this on my shelf. Also love that San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I picked that one up as well, where he's sitting there in the chair with the bullet hole in his hand. Such a great entry. So awesome we're getting all these crows from 2021. There's a Mezco coming down the pike. I had to fight and say no. I have too many already. But this thing deserved a spot on my top 10 of 2021. There he is, number 8, Diamond Select The Crow. Let's see what we have coming up at number 7. Number 7 top 10 of 2021 of my collection goes to the AEW Jazzwares Unmatched Sting figure. He kind of snuck his way up from the background there next to his boy Darby Allin. And as Laserpants at the Infinity Equation said, I kind of have 2 versions of the Crow back to back in my top 10 list, and I am aware of that. I'm okay with it. If you are unfamiliar with Sting from pro wrestling, he was a WCW original wrestler, had a huge gimmick in the 90s where he basically ripped off the Crow and would jump down from the rafters on a zip line in a huge culminating storyline against the NWO, the New World Order, and Hulk Hogan. If you saw our top 10 wrestling figure action figure countdown of the year, you would have seen this as an honorable mention because I got him very late in the year from Ringside Collectibles. However, I thought I would bump him up, and he deserved a spot in this list for my affinity of Sting. He comes with a great entrance jacket as well, which originally I thought I'd leave on. However, after seeing him in this pose with the baseball bat, I decided to leave him as is. Great face sculpt on this action figure. Jazzwares AEW is just killing it this past year. Looking forward to more AEW figures in the upcoming year. And as I said, if you'd like to see more of my top 10 wrestling action figures of 2021, please check that list out here on the channel. So our number 7 figure, Sting from AEW, unmatched by Jazzwares. Coming in at number 6 in our countdown is the Hasbro Marvel Legends Hand Ninja Army Builder from the Stiltman Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure wave. Absolutely loved this Army Builder in 2021. I picked up quite a few. The reason I stress Army Builder is such a great marketing strategy by Marvel Legends team. They had the Build-A-Figure be Stiltman, where the goal was build as tall of a Stiltman as you can, and they were smart enough to put the leg pieces in with the Army Builder in the wave. I also stress Army Builder because on my weekly toy hunts, that's what our channel is mostly known for, our weekly toy hunts here on Disavowed Action Figures. Took a lot of abuse from people in 2021 as I continue to build my Hand Ninja Army. Not Red Ninja, that's G.I. Joe. Hand Ninja Army. People saying, you bought my figure, how dare you stock these up? But yet they lived nowhere near me. So sorry everybody, I was not buying your figure. I was doing what Hasbro Marvel Legends intended us to do, which was build an army out of these things. And they looked awesome. Great accessories, great presence on the shelf. And finally, we have some hand ninjas to give Daredevil a hard time. So coming in at number 6, the Hasbro Marvel Legends Hand Ninja Army Builder figure. Absolutely loved stocking my shelf with these in 2021. Our number 5 overall figure of the year is also from NECA, the Jaws Quint 8-inch cloth goods figure. This thing is awesome. Shout out to Midwest Toy Box, good friend of the channel, who was able to find one of these for me by the 4th of July. I eventually found them like a week later, but I needed this guy on my shelf for the 4th of July. Nothing like having Quint, a hot dog, and a beer in your hand for the 4th of July. Also, loved having this guy on vacation this past summer. Loved taking some pictures over on Instagram at disavowed_12 with this guy actually out on the beach. Comment of the year on my Instagram definitely was, wow, that's an expensive looking dio in the background, as it was obviously the ocean. This thing came absolutely chocked with accessories. I didn't come all out of the case, but we had multiple weapons, multiple hands, a handkerchief piece, bandana piece to go around the head. The hat's removable. 2 beer cans, 1 crushed, 1 not. I mean, this thing was just awesome. Baseball bat, all sorts of great things in this line. And the best thing about it is we've been told we're getting a freaking shark in scale with this thing sometime soon. Also, there's a possible promise of future figures to go along in this Jaws 8-inch line. Absolutely loved Quint in 2021. Can't wait for more. NECA, you knocked out of the park with this guy. So our number 5 overall, NECA Quint from Jaws. Let's see what's over at number 4. And our number 4 top 10 action figure of 2021 is the Diamond Select Statler and Waldorf Muppets action figure piece. This thing is awesome. I saw this online when they first advertised it. Never thought I'd find it. Never saw it for pre-order with this great balcony piece. Finally, I rolled into Conquest Comics in New Jersey, one of the coolest toy stores I have ever been in anywhere. Check them out online. If you're in New Jersey and you're near Conquest Comics, you gotta check it out. This was on the wall and I picked it up immediately on the same trip where I had those great NECA Jaws photos I enjoyed so much. This thing is a beast. Please excuse the dust on top. Absolutely love this. The dio piece is so cool. You can use it in so many different versatile photos for your action figure photography. Obviously, we have our main 2 guys right there, the 2 grumpy old men from the balcony seats. I have great memories of 2 of my best friends dressing up as these guys for Halloween and just those great Muppet shows in the past. So absolutely love this. Had to get it. I've never seen it other than that one time. So happy I picked it up from Conquest Comics. Shout out to them again. Huge thank you to them for giving some comics we used for a giveaway. Again, on that hunt, which you can check out here on Disavowed Action Figures, our Conquest Summer Tour action figure line that we did. So coming in at number 4 is our Muppets, Statler and Waldorf Muppets Diamond Select Dio and action figures. We made it, everybody. Our top 3 action figures overall of 2021. It was a great year, but here we are. And I'm proud to say coming in at number 3 is the Hasbro Marvel Legends Ursa major build-a-figure. This thing is an absolute beast. I was on the fence when I first saw it advertised, but when I saw this thing in hand, I needed it. And I liked this so much after I got the first one, I got a second for my freaking collection. It is so awesome. Walmart graced us with a great falling prices day, where I was able to get the entire wave about $6 cheaper than the actual retail price. So I figured I had to grab another one of these for my shelf. I have one in the toy room, one in the living room. It sits on my shelf year round. So many things can be done with this action figure. So many great ideas for action figure photography. I think one of my favorite pictures I took of this guy on Instagram at Disavowed_12 was him ripping through a Carver Custom dumpster. Carver Custom's great friend of the channel, great dios, by the way. Check him out. But that was one of my favorite photos I took of the year. We have him holding the Pizza Rizzo pizza here. This thing is just incredible. It looks awesome. Okay, yes, I would have loved to have an alternate head or a head with an actual articulated jaw. The back piece makes the articulation a little bit jazzed up. I understand that. But for what this thing is, it is awesome. This is so cool. It goes along great with all these Hasbro animal figures we're getting. Crocmaster, Timber, Freedom in our G.I. Joe Classified with the Eagle. So many great animal action figures coming out in 2021 and 2022. But I can't gush over this guy enough. If you'd like to see my other top 10 deluxe size Marvel Legends figures, check out that top 10 list here on the channel. That's all your Build-A-Figure pieces, all your big junky deluxe figures, essentially, that aren't just single pack figures. But love this guy at number 3, Marvel Legends Hasbro Ursa Major Build-A-Figure piece. Build-A-Figure. Love this guy. Here is our number 2 overall action figure of 2021 that I purchased this year, and it is freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy from Jazzwares AEW Unrivaled. What an amazing action figure this was. Sensing a pattern here is another figure that I bought 2 of this year. Seems apropos comes in at number 2 as well. Just the idea you can actually put the hands in the pockets. If you're not a wrestling fan, but you'd like to see other top 10 wrestling figures, check out my top 10 wrestling action figure list of 2021. This was easily near the top. Jazzwares and Jeremy Padow are just killing it with the technology to put the hands in the pockets. This pro wrestler is known for his sloth, lazy style of wrestling. Such a great gimmick, but he's known for putting his hands in his pockets during the match and wrestling that way. Also for giving that thumbs up to everybody. So very easy for me to put this guy in the top 10. And also, as I associate positive memories with my action figures, bought my second one of these at one of my best friends' Six Packs and Knickknacks wedding this past year in 2021. So I was very happy to add a second one to my collection. Kind of wish I left one in the box, but you know what? There's so much fun. Again, one in the toy room, one in the living room. I'm cool with it. So number 2, AEW Jazzwares freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy from the AEW Unrivaled Wave series. All right, here we go. Let's see what our number 1 figure of the year is. Our number 1 overall action figure in our countdown that I purchased this year of 2021 is, with a bullet, the G.I. Joe Classified Target exclusive Cobra Island Major Blood. You might be thinking, why would this beat out all the Build-A-Figures, all the deluxe figures, all these other great figures in your list? And here's why. G.I. Joe Classified arguably is one of the best lines out there right now from Hasbro. And unfortunately, we spent a lot of time in 2020 and 2021 not being able to get our hands on these figures. And this is the first example of Hasbro G.I. Joe course correcting and making it possible to find these Target exclusive action figures. This thing was plentiful. It was on all the pegs where I'm from. I know a lot of other collectors saw these just stacked up on pegs. Some people were even finding them for clearance prices near the end of its run. And on top of that, this thing is just utterly amazing. The head sculpt in general on this thing, as I reach forward to bring it closer to the camera, as you can see, is just awesome. I love the eye patch. I absolutely love the gray streak in the hair. The scars on the face are just fantastic. We get the handgun. We get the really great arm on the side. We get the helmet, which looks fantastic. I love having him hold it. We have the other gun side piece on his side. We have the backpack, and I'm going to call it one of the top 5 eBayed items in the next 10 years will be the G.I. Joe classified Major Blood missiles, because these things are very easy to lose in that clip in the back, but they look great. I loved this figure. I was so happy to get him in my collection. I was so happy for Hasbro, G.I. Joe Classified, making their figures more attainable. They've done a course correction in so many ways in that line, and there was no way I couldn't put this guy at my #1 list for 2021. So thank everybody so much for spending your time with me here for the final top 10 action figure list of 2021 here on Disavowed Action Figures. We've had a great year in 2021, met so many great collectors, so many great people here online, loving our hobby and our community. So thank you so much for your support of the channel. I know your time is precious. So when you spend with us here at Disavowed Action Figures, we greatly appreciate it. If you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Hit that bell for notifications so you're told we post new content here on the channel, like our weekly toy hunts, like Live 705, our weekly live stream, where we unbox all the figures you're seeing here in front of you tonight. On top of that, if you want daily toy content, daily toy updates, check us out at Disavowed_12 on Instagram. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of my top 10 list, what should be in there, what shouldn't be in there. Let me know your top 10 overall action figure list of 2021, because there's no such thing as right or wrong. This is a lot of fun to make these lists and reflect upon the previous year's action figures. So here's to a great 2022 of toy collecting. Hope you're safe, hope you're healthy, hope you're off to a great 2022, and I'll be seeing all of you at the pegs.